So what we're doing is the first block from 4 p.m. to 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time will be for directors and above in order to address specific concerns and growth focus that they want to address so they can create the duplication that they want to create. And it's a different level of conversation because they've already gotten themselves to a certain rank within the process and the company. And then the second hour from 5 p.m. to 6 p.m. will be for all TSAs. So it allows for you to plug your new people in to this weekly fast start training where we're going to be covering very basic principles that have to be reinforced, but it also means that the leaders that are higher up in the ranks and they're focusing on bigger ranks, they don't have to be there for all of that. It just gives them a better leveraging tool for that. So I do want to go over a couple of things just from a basic mindset standpoint, understanding that this business is about truth. It is a truth telling business. It will expose you or promote you over time. There's no place that you can hide. You can't hide behind your beautiful smile or your charm or your niceties. None of that is going to hide whether or not you're in producing mode or not. And it's a truth telling business in that it's going to expose to you your flaws, your fears, your shortcomings. And unless you have the courage to confront those things, you're going to have a difficult time. It's a very, very, very simple business to build. It's like my 9-year-old could do this. Not that I have one, but she's 14 now. Blake, he knows how to invite. He knows how to press play on a presentation. So it's not difficult, the skill level, okay? However, you have to be willing to address those things within yourself that will stand as obstacles to your success. If you have belief issues around money, worth and value issues around money, it will be exposed. All of you have been out of this realm longer than you've been in it. So as great as the opportunity is, the fact that you can generate hundreds of thousands of dollars in income every single month is fantastic. You can build teams around the world. You can help tens of thousands of people. You can really change people's lives with this vehicle. But because you've been out of it longer than you've been in it, it's a lot harder to reconcile the reality of that. Because your reality prior to this opportunity has been so different. Most of you have been living with a lid over your capacity. There's a lid, a ceiling that you've been living with over your head. So you have grown accustomed to making a certain amount of money, living a certain lifestyle, and getting a certain level of results in your life. So when you see an opportunity, as excited as you are, you're also doubting yourself, can you really do it? You're wondering, like in those deep, dark recesses of your consciousness, those places that nobody else knows about but you, you're having and entertaining conversations of doubt and unbelief. And you're wondering, like, can I really earn $10,000 a month? Can I really earn $30,000 a month? I've never made over $100,000 a year. And there is a transition that you're going to have to make from your old self to your new self. And that takes vision. you must have a vision of where you want to go. And that takes courage. You have the courage to dream bigger than your current circumstances. Are you willing to put your success destination into your GPS, and then you set the GPS and it becomes non-negotiable? Where you are in your life financially is intolerable. It's intolerable. You are no longer willing to accept that. Where you're going is non-negotiable. You set your destination in your success GPS, and then you go on your way. It doesn't mean that there won't be bumpy roads. It doesn't mean that there may not be detours along the way, but you're going to arrive at your destination because you're moving in that level of spirit of certainty, because you have the vision to create the outcome. What you must understand is that a lot of your patterns, a lot of your old self is going to be competing for space in your brain with your new self. And the ability for you to block out the conversation from your old self and to really invest in and believe in your new self is going to determine how quickly you get to your success or not. This game is about mindset. In network marketing and iBoomerang, it's about mindset. It's not about anything else. The other stuff is easy. Like, all of us have the same product, same compensation plan, same company. Some people are thriving, absolutely killing it right now. I mean, killing it. And other people are not. It's the same company. We all have the same tools. We have the same presentation. What's the X factor? You. The only difference between who's having success and who's not is you. I find it fascinating that people, and my friend Justin said this, it's fascinating. People would rather talk about their problems than their possibilities. I want you to write that down. People would rather talk about their problems instead of their possibilities. They would rather focus on what's wrong, who did them wrong, what they don't have, who didn't show up, instead of focusing on the possibilities. Here's where I'm going. I don't know about all that. Here's what I'm going to produce. I don't know about all that other stuff, all that whining and moaning. I ain't on that. I ain't on that at all. I'm focusing on where I'm going, what I'm here to create and produce. And it's the same level of energy and power when it comes to what you're attracting to you. If you're spending all of your time talking about your problems and what you don't have, you're just going to get more of it. Try spending all of your time talking about your possibilities and where you're going. Watch what happens in your life. Watch what happens with your energy and your posture and your confidence. Watch what type of people are now going to be attracted to you because of it. It's about your mindset. It's your thinking. Many of you have been exposed either directly or indirectly to the Last Dance documentary on Michael Jordan. And if you saw any of it or heard about any of it, it was a lens into the purpose and the passion and the drive for greatness and what that really, really looks like when you make a decision that you're going to be great and that you're willing to pay the price, because where you are is intolerable and where you're going is non-negotiable. When you have that level of mindset and you combine it with your work ethic, what can you create from that space? And so the documentary revealed so much about his process for greatness and his expectations and his standards and what he demanded of those around him, not more than what he demanded of himself, though, ever, never, ever more than what he demanded of himself. He believed in leading by example, setting the tone. The speed of the group is determined by the speed of the leader. The speed of the leader determines the speed of the pack. So he was setting that tone. That was all mindset. There's a lot of gifted athletes in the NBA. There's a lot of gifted athletes in professional sports, but very, very few are completely and utterly obsessed with being great. Very, very few are willing to pay the price for greatness. This business is about your willingness to pay the price for your success. If you try to shortcut the shortcut, it's not going to work. So in other words, what we can generate in income within 12 months, 18 months, 36 months, 5 years, you could never do on most jobs in 30 years. I will make way more money over the next 36 months than most people will make working an entire career. I'll do it in 36 months. It'll take them more than 30 years to come close. So the business is the shortcut. But if you try to shortcut the shortcut, it won't work because you're just being lazy. Now you're like, I want something for nothing. I don't want it to be hard. I want it to be easy. People don't quit stuff because it's hard. They quit because they think it's going to be easy. So this business is about choosing strength over weakness. What do I mean? When you invite someone to see this information and they look at a presentation, they get on an iDecide and then they get on a Zoom. They get on an 8-minute YouTube overview and then they get on a Zoom. And after the Zoom, they say, this is one of those things. Nobody makes money in those things. It's like a pyramid. It's like a scam. Ladies and gentlemen, that is a weak-minded individual, someone who is ignorant and weak, and they're arrogant in their weakness. Now, you have two choices in that moment. You can allow that person to rob you of your vision, and you can be like, oh, well, maybe, oh, I didn't think, oh, yeah, maybe it is a pyramid. I should look at it. Yeah, you found some stuff on the online. Oh, I'm sorry that you saw that. And okay, well, I should take a better, I'll go talk to my, maybe I shouldn't be doing this. And see, there are people that will take that moment and they'll follow the prospect. They're going to follow the prospect. A person that's not even in the business, a person that's got no skin in the game, a person that has risked nothing for greatness when it comes to this, and they're going to follow them where? Where is that person going to take you that says this is a scam? They go, do they have a job offer for you? Because that's a scam in and of itself. A place that you want me to go work for a set income, and I can't triple or quadruple my money whenever I want, and I have to punch a clock, and I got to come in when you tell me to come in, and I got to leave when you tell me to leave. I got to eat lunch when I'm not hungry. Like, I got to do that. And there's a permanent ceiling on my income capacity. You want me to sign up? First of all, they ain't going to offer you no job. Secondly, they don't have a better option to offer you. They're just hating. That's just ignorant. But I've seen people allow a weak, ignorant person to take them off course because they didn't choose to follow strength. Or you could say, hey, I understand why you would say that, because there is a lot of misinformed and uneducated people in the world when it comes to my profession. I understand why you would say that, because there is a lot of misinformed, uneducated people when it comes to my profession. Would you like me to properly educate you so that you never ever say something as ignorant as what you just said right now? Would you like me to properly educate you so that you never, ever, ever say something as ignorant as what you just said right now? I give the guest an option. You can stay stuck on stupid, or you can get educated. I don't want to deal with a fixed mindset. Carol Dweck talks about this in Mindset. Either you have a fixed mindset or you have a growth mindset. When you have a growth mindset, you're open to learning. You know that you don't know everything. It's impossible. Smart people are really smart because we know how much we don't know. I want a growth mindset. I don't want somebody that comes to me and says, this is just the way I am. I've always been this way. Okay, well then, good luck to you on your non-growth pathway. I'm not trying to get with that right now or ever. So I let him go. But you see the difference between following strength and following weakness? This business gives you the opportunity each and every day to confront your self-imposed limitations. It allows you to challenge yourself to dig deeper within, to stretch, to grow, to expand, to be a much better version of yourself. Here's what I can guarantee for every person that enrolls into our organization. I guarantee that if you stay plugged in, that's simply getting on the weekly team calls. We have Saturday flight school. We have Sunday fast start training. If you just stay plugged in, you will be a much bigger, better, wiser version of yourself 12 months from now than how you came to us. You'll be a better communicator. You'll be a more effective leader. You will have looked in the mirror and addressed some of your bullshit stories about what you can't do and why it won't work. You will have confronted some of your fears and self-limitations and limiting beliefs. You'll be bigger, better version of yourself. I guarantee you that. Now, the money part is a little bit different because some of you have some self-worth issues. Some of you quiver at the thought of making $100,000 a month. It makes you nervous. Like you think that that's so beyond the possibility for you because you've grown accustomed to somebody else assigning your worth. That's going to take some internal belief cultivation. And believing is a science. The art of cultivating belief. When you know where you're going, it's non-negotiable because you're moving in a spirit of certainty. You may not even know how you're going to get there, but you know you're going to go. It's kind of like when you get invited to an event. And let's say it's a really, really nice event. It's going to be at a yacht club. And it's going to be a 7-course meal and open bar. And you can bring 2 of your closest friends. And you have to be there at 7 o'clock on the nose because the yacht is going to dock. It's going to take off at 7:05. And you've never been down to this particular dock before. So what are you going to do? You're going to put it in your GPS. But you know what you're doing before you get there? You're anticipating your arrival. You're excited. You're wondering how big is the boat going to be, but it's a yacht. Like I've seen some pictures. And a 7-course meal. Have you seen the menu on that meal? And I get to bring 2 of my friends. We're going to have it's going to be awesome. You start to envision it before you get there. And so when you get in your car, you get in the Uber or whatever it is, you're excited. You're living the experience before you arrive. And you know what? You get there early. You don't get there at 7 o'clock on the nose. You're there at 6:45 because you do not want to not be on the boat when it takes off. You do everything that you're supposed to do to arrive at your destination. You leave an hour early in case there's traffic, in case there's a detour. You're anticipating some of the inevitable challenges of a rocky terrain when you're going somewhere. You're anticipating some of the inevitable challenges that are man-made. A car accident, a traffic jam. Now it's going to take an extra half an hour. I'm glad I left an hour early. It's the same thing, ladies and gentlemen, with your success. Why don't you live in your future the same way you do when you're going somewhere? Why don't you get excited about your success and your results the same way you do when you're on your way to a nice dinner or a movie or a hot date? Why don't you put the same level of enthusiasm into your goals and your dreams as you do everything else, especially the negative stuff? So this business is about you taking time to not only cultivate your vision, but to cultivate your faith and your belief. Now, some of you may have a greater belief, a higher belief in something greater than yourself. You might call it God or Yahweh or Jehovah or Allah. Whatever you call that higher presence in your life, there's an acknowledgement that you didn't come up with the idea of you all by yourself. Like you didn't create you. I mean, you're pretty dope in terms of being a human being, but I don't know that you're that dope to create all of this and yourself. So there's an acknowledgement that there's something greater. Now, when I talk about faith, I'm really talking about vision. The definition of faith, one of them, is the evidence of things hoped for, the substance of things not seen. So we have a vision, mind sight, that leads to eyesight. So I can see where I'm going. For some of you, it's going sapphire. Ed, I'm going sapphire. That is the first significant level of leadership that's recognized by the entire company. And when you hit sapphire, they give you this eagle. And the eagle, and it's heavy too, this is some serious hardware. The eagle represents the fact that you've chosen to soar. That instead of hanging around pigeons that don't want anything, hanging around pigeons that have low expectations and low self-worth and low self-esteem and believing for less and always complaining and whining and moaning and making excuses, instead of allowing pigeons to rub off on you, you've decided to become an eagle. You've decided that you're going to soar. And so the company recognizes you when you hit sapphire, and they say, hey, we're going to give you, this is like your little sapphire bling, and then they give you the eagle. This thing is heavy, y'all. It's heavy. Okay. So some of you are like, that's my outcome. That's where I want to go. Some of you are like, Ruby. So we get some different recognition, but they want to remind you that you're on your way to that gold medal stand when you hit diamond, as you're working your way up the ranks. Okay. But it's your destination, right? It's in you. And it's easy to be grateful for things that are already here. I can be grateful. It's easy to be grateful for a roof over our head and clothes on our back and food on the table and a library. And I mean, we can find things to be grateful for, and it's easy for those things that we can see and touch. Can you be grateful for those things that are not as though they were? Can you be grateful for those things that are not as though they were? That's called a faith walk. That's called living in your vision. That's called living in your future. Because you believe. You just believe. When I made a commitment that I was going to do something with my life that I had never done before. I already had the finished picture in my head. When I say finished picture, it was this vision of me as a performer, as a full-time working actor, doing film and television and theater. I was so clear on that vision. And there was nothing in my current circumstance to affirm that. There was no one I could look to and say, well, this person's done it, I can do it too. There was no living person I could talk to and touch that had done what I was going to go do. It didn't matter. I put the vision in my success GPS, I set the destination, and I went on my happy way. I understood that there might be some bumps in the road, there might be some detours, there might be some challenges, but I understood that where I was going was non-negotiable and where I was at was intolerable. I was willing to put in the work every single day, day after day, week after week, month after month, year after year, until I got to where I was going. And that's the power of your visions, the power of your belief. Here's the difference in our business. In our business, the rewards are staggering. The income is unreal what you can generate when you have belief with your faith and your work. It's faith and belief are the multipliers when you put those with your work ethic. Those are the multipliers. You can do things here financially that you've never even thought about before. But it's based on your belief. I heard a story by one of those television pastors, but it was a clip, and he was talking about he was feeling self-conscious because they were about to purchase this really big house, really, really nice, multi-million-dollar home. And he's been doing this thing for a long time. He certainly has earned it. He certainly has the following, and he serves the body membership where he's deserved, you know, what he wants. If he wants to get a multi-million-dollar house, he's deserved it. He deserves it, but he felt self-conscious. And he was taking a flight, and he was looking out the window while he was on the flight, and he was looking at all the homes on the ground. And he said that he heard the voice of God ask him, do you see all those homes down there and how small they look from where you are? And he said, yes. And he said, well, what do you think I see when you're concerned about the size of your house? You don't see the way that I see. And that gave him a completely different perspective. Because what you and I think is big is so minuscule in the grand scheme of the universe and the all-knowing. It's so minuscule. Some of you all get nervous. Your heart rate skips a beat. If I tell you you're going to make $20,000 a month, you think that's a lot of money. It's not a lot of money. It's just a number. Are you willing to have this deeper level of conversation with yourself about your expectations? Why are you aiming so low? Why do you aspire for so little? Why do you accept so little? Why is that okay? You don't get in life what you want, Mr. Holton Bugs has said. You get in life what you picture, your vision. There's so much power in vision and the word as they come together. That's why we talk about affirmations, speaking them out loud every single day. I am so happy and grateful now to be a blue diamond and I boomerang. I'm so happy and grateful now to be earning $100,000 a month. I'm so happy and grateful now to be completely debt free. I'm so happy and grateful now to have 100 sapphires in my organization. Whatever those things that you aspire to be and create, you must speak them as though they were. It works. You have had the experience before where you've been so focused on something. You didn't know how. You didn't know how you were going to do it, but you were so focused on it, obsessively so, that you actually created. You committed first and then you created second, but you created. And then you look back and you say, man, how did I do that? Like, wow, you're amazed at yourself. All of you all have had that experience where you just committed to something and you believed I'm going to get it done. I don't know how. I ain't worried about the how. I'm just going to get it done. That's belief. That's what this business requires. Belief, posture, confidence. It's a mental game. It's a mindset. That's why we encourage you to continue to push, doing the daily disciplines that reap multiple rewards, doing the daily personal development, and doing the daily income producing activities. The mindset for financial stewardship, financial responsibility, and financial prosperity. That's what we're looking to focus on. That's what we have to create with this vehicle, a iBoomerang. It is a journey of the personal. You cannot do it alone. That is absolute fact. Teamwork makes the dream work. Getting rich is a team sport. The more individuals that you identify that want more for their lives, the way that you want more for yours, the faster your business is going to grow. But it is a journey of the personal, meaning it is your personal journey. All of you are going to have to walk a slightly different path to get to your destination. We can all help each other, but each of us are dealing with slightly different struggles. Some of you, it's a self-worth issue. You haven't come to accept that you deserve $50,000 a month. Like, you haven't come to accept that yet. Some of you, it's a self-esteem and self-image issue. You don't feel that you have a lot to offer, so why would anybody want to follow you? That's a mindset piece again. Some of y'all are just lazy. Like, you just lazy. Like, you got a certain level of lifestyle and you're comfortable and you're lazy. Your comfort zone is your broke zone. You have habituated a pattern of producing a certain level of results and you've gotten used to that. And so you're just comfortable and you could just be that way until you die. You'll talk a good game. You'll talk about wanting this and wanting that, but it's just talk because you're comfortable. You got some level of job security. I don't know. But somewhere along the way, it was okay. It became okay for you to accept mediocrity. And now being a part of the mediocre masses is a part of your life and your destiny. That's how some of y'all are rolling right now. So this is a truth-telling business. It's going to tell you the truth about who you are, whose you are, and who the people around you are. And over time, you will either get promoted or you're going to be exposed. As long as you're willing to embrace your authentic self and the truth of who you are and all of your beautiful imperfections, all of your flaws and shortcomings, but you're willing to continue to press forward because you've already put your success destination in your GPS and getting there is now non-negotiable, then it's done. It's a wrap. It's a wrap. As your energy increases towards your outcome increases towards you. As your energy increases towards your outcome increases towards you. You're going to get it a lot faster. And that's the power, what you have in your hands. That's what you can do with this incredible vehicle. So we're coming up on the last month, the last week of May. It's the very last week. You have an opportunity to position yourself to have a huge week in terms of your volume and your increase. Number one, one of the first things that you want to do is enroll. You want to enroll 20 people. Okay, that's people ask me all the time, like how I would like to go Sapphire fast. I want to do it. They want to do it faster than I did it. They want to go Ruby faster than I went Ruby. Great. Get 20 people enrolled quickly. What is fast? As fast as you possibly can. In your first few weeks, you want to get it done. That will begin to solidify your organization and structure to create massive duplication. That's the first step. That's number one. Number two, identify people in your business right now. Who's in your organization right now that hasn't earned a direct commission? Who would like to earn a double direct commission by enrolling 2 people or 3? And then placing them structurally the way that we're teaching you how to place them. So make sure that as you're bringing in new people that you have a conversation. Listen to me very carefully. Have a conversation with your Sapphire, whoever your Sapphire is in terms of your team leadership line. Have a conversation with your Sapphire or above and say, what's the best placement strategy for these new people that I'm bringing in? That's Lady L, Sabina, Sandra, or myself. Okay? And we will make sure that you're placing them correctly in order to build a long-term viable income for yourself and your family. In terms of your list, are you going through your list and inviting people to see the information? Are you doing it systematically and consistently every single day? It's impossible for me to even get through, a handful of pages because each page has 45 phone numbers and names on it, and I'm just smiling and dialing. It just takes me time to work through it. So I could be on number 200 and my day is over like that after 200 dials, because I've had conversations, I've gotten people on presentations, I've done this, that, and the other. So many of you have people in your phone that you haven't even called yet to invite them to see the information. Many of you haven't even taken the time to understand the invite training call. So these are little things that make a big difference. I'm only giving you things that I know work, that produce results, not theory, not because I heard somebody else say it or I'm excited or I'm on some kind of buzz because I heard somebody say it, I want to share it. No, I'm talking about proven results consistently over time for hundreds of people that I personally have enrolled just in my career. Hundreds and hundreds of people that I personally enrolled. The majority of them I didn't know. That's the same thing right now. So I just wanted to give you all some ground rules. Surround yourself with eagles. Talk to individuals who have the results that you aspire to. If you're not a Sapphire yet, you should be talking to Sapphires and Rubies and Emeralds. If you're a Sapphire, you want to be a Ruby, Emerald, or Diamond, you should be talking to Rubies, Emeralds, and Diamonds. So you want to make sure that you're having a higher level of conversation and expectation at all times, because it changes how you see the world, the lens that you're looking at. Secondly, you got to make some decisions about your level of expectation of yourself. There are people that are brand new to network marketing that are coming into iBoomerang, have never done network marketing before, and they're already earning well over $5,000 a month in their first 6 months. Like that's happening. That's a real thing. So I'm going to put this link in here because it gives you the basics of what we do in terms of inviting people. And I don't know if you can copy and paste this link or not. Maybe you can, maybe you can't. Or you can screenshot it or whatever, but it's there. We have timing unlike what this level of timing we'll never experience again. God willing. I don't want us to have to be in another pandemic to get the picture. But because we are in a pandemic, we can position ourselves to be incredibly profitable. Okay? Like, I'm just telling you all what the facts are. We can position ourselves to be incredibly profitable because there are people right now, they're winning. There are people right now, they're absolutely thriving in this environment, in this climate. It's our responsibility to figure out a way to thrive. Why is that important? Because you want to have money and resources so you can help and be of service to other people. If you get into victim mode, or I'm going to wait until this blows over mode, you're like all the rest of the mediocre masses. You're not going to get ahead in life with that kind of type of mindset. If you learn how to position your business and you start really talking to people and sharing with them, hey, here's how I can make money from my kitchen table and from my phone and my laptop every single day, no matter what's happening in the outside world, and it's happening right now. I'm going to show you how you can make money right now. Talk to any leader in iBoomerang. They will tell you that we have all seen growth that we've never seen in our careers. Why? Because people are at home. They're looking for a way to generate revenue. Everybody named Mama's in the same position all over the world. Take advantage of that. Don't go with the masses. Go against them and watch what happens to your bank account. Watch how many more people you can be of service to. People that you can help. People that are incapable of helping themselves because they're too weak, but you're strong. And you can show up and you can provide and protect for those that can't do so for themselves because you made a more empowering decision. So I'm really excited for everybody. It's a very magical time for us. We're going to be having some very special events next weekend, so we will be promoting that to all of you. And then we're having a big event on June 6th. Okay, June 6th. You want to say bye to everybody before I get off?
Bye.
So
Bye.
June 6th, we're going to do a big event. So make sure you clear your calendars for that day. We'll start promoting it this week. But understand that next weekend, we're going to be doing some things that are going to help everybody's volume to absolutely accelerate as we close out the month of May. I want to see you all get those bonuses. There's literally hundreds and thousands of dollars in bonuses that are available if you rank up. You just got to hit director, senior director, executive director, sapphire, ruby, emerald, diamond. There is literally thousands of dollars and hundreds of dollars available for those of you that want to go out here and get it in this final week of May. So we got literally 7 days and tonight to get it done. We have presentations every single day, multiple times a day. I look forward to seeing you all on the next one. I have not taken a day off. I've been doing presentations every single day. I encourage you all to do the same. Have an awesome and amazing start or finish to this week, because we got until tonight. For those of you that want to get paid on your weekly, you got until tonight to get some volume in your team. And then we got next week. Let's go out here and make a powerful, powerful week as well. Thanks so much for hopping on for your goals and your dreams. Let's keep pushing the bar, raising the bar, keep making it do what it do. See you soon.
Thanks, Ed.
Thank you.
You got it.
Did you see me blocking the doors? Choose your vibe, the ride for the night. I'm living my life on the road.
I just hope I might go shopping, I just might go home. Hop in the whip and I'm all in my zone. Know that it came from a touch of a phone. No, we just different, you can't make a clone. I choose my vibe, so nothing can go wrong. Got a whole lot of rage. Choose your way. Got a whole lot of rage. Choose your way. Got a whole lot of rage. Choose your way. Got a whole lot of rage.